I feel like I haven't streamed in forever, so I have no idea if all my volume settings and everything are still okay. So let me know if something sounds broken or looks broken. Good evening, good morning. Good evening. How's my volume? And how's the volume of the music? Volume good? That's good. It is currently, what's the time even? It's 12:54. I've got some stuff to do. So why not stream? Music turn maybe 2 decibels down. KK. There we go. Good evening friends. Alright, I've got to do... Actually, if you look into the ticker below... Oh, can like barely see it, but I have one more Puchi video to do for the time being. So I'm gonna do that. Now I can't tell you which one it is, because staff will get mad at me for that. So I'm gonna mute my desktop audio so you can't actually hear me subbing it. Good morning, hi everyone. Your volume seems a bit low. Volume is definitely not low. Okay. As long as you guys can hear me and I'm not like exploding your eardrums, then all is fine. Is this Puchi stream? It is. It is also probably the last one I'm gonna do for a bit. So literally just woke up. Hopefully it's morning there and you didn't just wake up at like 12 AM. Kanami-chan, ohayo. It's morning there, right? Pretty sure it's morning there. Anyway, because it is at like 1 AM here, I'm gonna try not to be very loud. And actually try and do my work this time. But it shouldn't be too much work because it's only like 2.5 minutes to sub. It's morning, good night. That's terrible. Good evening. Alright, so this is the last Puchisanji video I need to do this month, and I don't think I will be doing any next month. So, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be any videos. It just means I'm kind of giving away the reins for a little while I kind of focus on other things. So this is for the first time as well, by the way, in like... When did I start doing this? January last year? So it's been like a year plus where all the translations for Puchisanji came from me. So... Should probably get started on this actually. But yeah, I think I don't even want to count how many videos I've done so far from Puchisanji, but I'm pretty sure it's getting up to like 150. So but not to worry, it is still in very capable hands. $J. I should probably put... wait. I wonder if this is gonna work. Can I put like emoji in this? Oh no, it just turns out... wait. No, it just becomes a box. Damn it. I tried to put like diamond hands in there. Actually, what if I use another font? If I break the stream, my mistake. I don't know what I'm doing. So Puchi video means one of the Puchisanji videos that goes on the official English channel. If you haven't seen them before, you should totally watch them. They are really good. Actually, how many subscribers does the official channel have now? I haven't checked in a while. Puchisanji official. Actually, I'll put it in the description. Alright, put some diamond hands in the description for all you people playing with stocks. Which is pretty much everyone right now, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the Puchisanji English official channel right now is nearing 69,000 subscribers. It's at 68.7. Nice. We like this stream. Where do you submit the finished translation video for the official channel? By email? No, we have a communications platform where I guess files and stuff can be shared. I'm just moving around in my chair. Don't mind that. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Hopefully you can't, because that's me playing the video while I try and sub it. But you're gonna hear a lot of keyboard noises because I use a lot of keyboard shortcuts while I sub, including like forward frames and back frames and stuff like that. So this is gonna be kind of like typing ASMR, but it's not gonna sound very good. So there's gonna be a lot of keyboard noises. Hope you don't mind. What keyboard switches? These are Cherry MX Browns, I believe. It's just a Corsair keyboard, so... Can you add a GME ticker in the corner? I probably could. Trying to add like stream elements, but I'm using Streamlabs. I'm kind of like not used to this interface. Text. Let's see. Let's try this. It doesn't. I can't put emojis, which is kind of sad. No, I don't want to put like by GME or something like that. That's actually gonna get me in trouble. Because I'm not a qualified financial advisor. And I shouldn't be telling people to buy stuff. Anyway. I'm like telling myself not to look at the price. But it doesn't help when I have the charts open. But you know what? I'm gonna close the chart while I work on this so I don't get distracted. But it's currently at 410.00 on TradingView. But it's simple. All you need to do is hold. And just close your trading app and don't sell until like, I don't know, Monday or something. We'll see. Very simple. It sucks for people who like haven't got in yet though. I don't know why YouTube would recommend this to me. I don't know either. It's 410 USD. Yeah, it is at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's in trading hold still. Oh my god, now I'm getting distracted by Discord because you guys are talking about prices. I can't believe Robinhood did that. That's crazy. Position closing only? Man, that's actually insane. Now I'm just like worried. Well, I'm not particularly worried, but worried for the Americans. Like, what if like TD Ameritrade does that and all the other brokers do that as well? That would be so bad. You can't even search GME anymore. I should check like my broker, make sure they're not pulling this shit too. They could be. My broker is not even loading anymore. Like, I can open my account, but nothing else loads. Like, their indexes don't even load. It's so broken. This is probably because, like, this is most likely a knock-on effect of, like, Robinhood going down. Well, not going down, but, like, pulling this kind of shit. You know, everyone's trying to flood into every other brokerage. Set your limit sells before you can. Like, I didn't expect it to go down this badly today. As in the brokerage, no, brokerages going kind of funky. I kind of expected this would happen, but not today. I thought it would be tomorrow. Okay, I need to work on these subs. Please excuse the keyboard noises. ones from this artist are probably the hardest to do because they do a lot of scene transitions and fades and stuff like that. So I'm like, I need to pick good frames where the subs actually start and finish. So I'm just doing the timing first before I actually fill in the lines. Because this part's kind of brainless, like I can just do it by frame. I'll look at chat every now and then. Things are pretty quiet now anyway, so... I was planning on streaming this weekend instead of tonight, but kind of had to keep myself distracted tonight, so... I don't know how long I'm gonna go for though, depends how long this Puchi video actually takes. I was planning on making a video last weekend too, well like last week, for just kind of my own channel, but I still have an idea of what I want to do, but I just haven't had the time to do it yet. I'm curious how playing stock market stream will look like. A day trading VTuber would be pretty novel, I think. But day trading is hard, and I would not be I would not be a successful day trader, but yeah. Surely there is already like a VTuber out there who just talks about like finances and like stocks and stuff like that, so I'm 100% sure I wouldn't be the first. Not that I would talk about that kind of, well, a lot of it on stream. So, like, I don't know how much, well, I don't know how many of you guys watching now would actually be interested in like talking about personal finances and budgeting and boring stuff like that. Buying a home, getting a loan? Yeah, that's actually pretty good. As in like, there's a lot to talk about there. Because it's something that's pretty intimidating for a lot of people. Like, well, a lot of people would be like, I'm not even gonna be able to afford a house in my lifetime. Which is fair enough, if they live in like, New York or whatever. Or like, Vancouver. What lion am I up to? There's so many like, fades. Like, all the scenes fade into each other, which makes it really hard to time, like, when things should end. I'm just gonna do it roughly. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. This is actually the most annoying kind of speech bubbles to deal with. Like, the video looks really good, but it's just that subbing it is a pain in the ass. Oops. You can make the sub fade too, yeah you can, but timing it is more annoying. And the thing is, when I'm doing Puchi like this, the fades and stuff like that aren't actually done by me, because I'm just kind of providing the translation and timing. To be honest, I don't even need to provide the timing, because I'm just doing translations. But I just do timing anyway, because like, well, I have to. I'm kind of used to translating within Aegis sub instead of using like a text file or something like that, which I know some people do. No, I can't tell you which one I'm doing, because technically it's not released yet. Well, I mean, it is released for Japan, but not for EN yet, so. We can look forward to it. It's not very long though, I think it's only like 2 minutes and a bit, which is good. It's gonna feel weird not having like do any more Puchi subs for a while. Who knows, I might not even need to come back. We'll see. Can we expect any crossing videos in the future? From me? On my channel? 50-50. I feel like Crossing now has enough attention, generally speaking, from enough people where like there's enough people that are able to translate it where it doesn't have to be me, if that makes sense. Well, their videos at least. They don't call it that often either, so it's like it doesn't make sense for there to be like, you know, 5 translators trying to translate the same stream. So like the important stuff I'll try and kind of get out there, like the voice drama translations and stuff, well, not translations, but summary and stuff like that. Like that kind of stuff I can do, but making like hour-long videos and stuff like that takes up kind of too much of my time. And I'm not the only person that can do it, so I'll leave it up to the others. But your translation just hits different. I mean, that's kind of like part of the reason why I'm leaving, not leaving, but well, kind of giving up Puchisanji for a bit as well, because I feel like because I've been the only source of translations for a while now, for like, you know, 100-something videos, it'll actually be better for people to kind of get a different, not so much perspective, but like a different style of translations. Because like, as you know, or you probably know, translations, well, like people that do translations have like specific, not specific, but like more distinct styles. Eventually you're probably used to seeing my subs, and you can probably notice that like they're written by me, which is kind of good, not a good thing after a while, because I feel like there can be a lot of different takes. Well, not a lot, but essentially variety doesn't hurt, and it would be good for me to, as well, to see how other people would I guess, translate Puchisanji and stuff like that. And I think the viewers might appreciate a bit of variety as well, if that makes sense. Like, my translation style is very kind of dry and literal, which doesn't work that well in some situations. So we'll see how someone else does it. Like, it can read really stiff, but that's just kind of how I do it. It works well for kind of writing summaries and stuff like that, but it doesn't always work well for dialogue. Like, sometimes I read people's localizations or like translations, I'm like, oh my god, that's actually genius. So it would be good to kind of see how other people will do it, maybe get a bit of inspiration. Oh my god, having these scenes like fade into each other is actually like the biggest pain in the ass. I think that's all the lines. Okay, that's all the lines. Save this. So that's only approximately 46 lines. It's pretty easy. Jay, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have known Skunk and White. You did a good job, thank you. I think back then, when kind of not many people knew about them, it was more important for me to do it. And that's why I kind of put out so much of their content earlier on. But, you know, as they became more and more popular then, other people started translating them as well, which means kind of there's less of a need for me to do it. Which is fine, and that's how it should be. Like, even now, for example, if you search Cossack, let's do that, search Cossack on YouTube. And filter, well, we sort by upload date. When was the last English sub? They're getting Korean subs now too, which is pretty cool. They're getting a lot of Korean subs. Like, the last English sub video was 2 weeks ago by a channel called K. So like, they're still getting content, like English content, which is good. You just have to kind of find it and subscribe to them. And then before that was 3 weeks ago from a channel called Mr. Gaijin Man. So stuff is out there, you just have to find it, I guess. Subscribe to their channels. Oh hey, out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on fan subs monetizing their content? I think, well, personally, I feel like it's not. This is like completely personal, but like, I don't feel like it's my content. Like, for example, if I were uploading fan subs in the style that I do, which is very much like just subtitles and like scene changes and stuff like that, like I don't really quite feel like it's my content to monetize, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just attaching subtitles to it. Like, yes, there's time and effort involved, but it's still not my content, and I don't think I should monetize it. But that said, there are people that do, and there are some companies out there which have essentially said, you know, you're free to do it, just don't make too much money out of it. So I'm not really one to say like do it or don't do it, but personally I'm not that keen to do it on my own channel. But I know a lot of people are, and like they monetize their channels and like they don't have any repercussions or anything like that, so, you know, more power to them. And there's also the whole issue around like copyright strikes and you know, people monetizing their clips and then having the original video end up getting demonetized and stuff like that. It's a pretty iffy situation in terms of legal stuff. Yeah, that's why I don't really want to touch it. And for me, I mean, this is probably different for kind of other channels that get a lot of views, like, but for me, like, I get, you know, 10,000 views, 20,000 views at most, and really the amount of money from that isn't really worth the potential trouble for me. So I'd rather just, and not to mention that, you know, it makes ads and stuff like that for people and it just kind of annoys people. So I was like, for at most, let's say like, you know, $100, $200 a month, is that worth it? Nah, it's okay. You guys can just watch without ads. And unless it's like there's so much work that's gone into the piece or like the video where it's like completely transformed from the source content, I don't feel like it's original enough for me to say, you know, hey look, this is original and this is something I can monetize, because, well, otherwise, you know, the characters or like the VTubers, for example, it's still their content. Like it's not original to me, if that makes sense. Whereas if I made like a parody video and like I drew all the characters by hand or whatever and then animated it and then made like a short video and then monetized that, I think that would be okay. But if I was just like clipping a stream, putting subs on it and monetizing that, nah, I don't think that's, you know, it's not what I would do. Too bad YouTube still puts ads on unmonetized videos now. Yeah, I mean, I use adblock on the PC, so it's not too bad, but on the app that was really annoying too. So I finally paid for YouTube Premium for it though. YouTube Premium is not too bad if you know, turn on your VPN to like India or something and you sign up to it for like $3 a month or something like that. I think Argentina is the cheapest. It's like $2.60 or something like that, so consider that. I think that's worth it. Just to like, especially if you're like me and you listen to ASMR a lot, because it means you can skip ads and you don't get ads when, you know, VTubers forget to turn off monetization on those videos. Otherwise they're like ads every 8 minutes or something now. You're the first soul I know that actually pays for premium. I'm on an iPhone, I have no choice. I know on Android and stuff like that you can get you can use Vanced or something, or apps that essentially give you like premium features without premium. What is this news article? India's small investors rush to join the GameStop frenzy. That's insane. What's the price at now, friends? Hello, first timer here. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm not doing much apart from making these subtitles on stream that I can't show on stream because they're technically not released yet, so hang around if you want, but don't expect too much to happen in the stream. 405, that's not bad. I just drag the red line until the end of the video, you'll clear all the ads. Does that actually work? I heard some people like comment about it, but I've never actually tried it. Like, I don't think it ever worked for me. Greetings, first time came from YouTube recommendations. Hi. Can you pronounce my name, by the way? Your eyes too cool. Is that a T? Or is that an I? I can't read. My screen's really small. Actually, no, it's not, but like, you know, the window I have the stream open in at the moment is really small. Okay, let's do these lines. It's 46 lines. I can give you a hint, however. This video is Sanbaka related, which is kind of fitting, because it's like the last Puchi I do is also Sanbaka, which is pretty good if you think about it, because like the very first videos I did on my own channel were also Sanbaka. Kind of poetic. In a way. Oh look! On the top right of my stream right now, did you see that? That's cool. Where if someone subscribes publicly, I get like a pop-up. It's meant to play a sound as well, but I don't think it works at the moment. I probably haven't picked like a proper sound for it. I'll fix it another time. I was meant to read out their name, but I completely forgot who it was because I was too busy looking at the cat. Whoops. Anyway. But yeah, I'm kind of actually doing work at the moment, so do excuse me if I miss your subs. They didn't give me all the color codes. That's okay, I'll just pick whatever color. Man, my brokerage is so broken. Get it? Brokerage, broken. Okay, I'll shut up now. Do you keep pets, Jay? Cats? No. I had a dog for the longest time, but it was kind of like my sister's dog, and she moved out a couple of years ago, and she took him with her. But I mean, she still lives pretty close by, so like whenever she comes back home for dinner and stuff, she brings him over. Like she brought her over tonight, so. Oh god, I just checked your channel and you're actually a translator. Guess I'm not a first timer, huh? That's okay, you can be a first timer to a stream. Trading view alert, BB crossing 16. Interesting. Interesting. How's the rest of the market looking? S&P's up today. Is there news as to why BB is tanking? It's kind of hit pretty heavy resistance. Full support at 16. That's 16.4 now, 16.5. I would expect it, but it's probably gonna go a bit lower. We'll see. We will see indeed. But hey, my brokerage works now. But yeah, I like how like the entire adult population is interested in the stock market now. It's pretty funny to watch. Where are you from? I'm from Australia. Do you own Bitcoin by any chance? I do have a small holding of Bitcoin and Ethereum and Ripple. Ripple. Feels bad. Well, we're still waiting for the Securities Commission lawsuit. To kind of unfold. What's happening with Palantir? Let's take a look. It's not even my watch list anymore. I swear I put it there a while ago. I probably took it out when I sold out. Palantir was still 37. Whoa, it went up to like 45? That's crazy. Was that yesterday? No, it was the day before. Wait, was it? To be honest, I wasn't watching Palantir, so... Last I remember it was 35 and now it's 37, so I'm like, that's about normal. Well, it was. And yeah, more people knowing about stocks is a good thing. It's just that this isn't a particularly good introduction for a lot of people into like how they should invest in the stock market, but you know what, that's fine. At least it gets people interested, right? I guess what's happening right now isn't really investment, it's trading on sentiment. Which is fine. Where were you when the entire world became day traders? Like, in the huddle this morning at work, that was the first conversation topic that came up. Like, someone was like, "You guys hear about this whole like Wall Street GameStop thing?" And I was just like, yes, I heard about it. It sounds crazy." And someone was like, "Yeah, man, all these like 20-year-olds are becoming millionaires." I was like, yes, very interesting. Do you know what happened with GME stock? What happened? It gone up like crazy. It's probably a bit too much for me to explain at the moment. And I don't want to like spend the next 10 minutes explaining, so someone in chat can explain while I actually work on my video. But yeah, I mean, for most people right now, it's like, hopefully most people aren't like risking more than they can afford to lose. So I mean, a lot of people are gonna lose money, but a lot of people are gonna make money as well, which is the stock market in a nutshell. So it's just funny to see all the kind of the dirty tricks come out of the essentially, you know, being in play now by the big money who are getting scared by all the retail investors, by the horde of like semi-organized retail investors. All the dirty tricks come out to play. The BGM sounds strangely familiar. I've heard this particular track be used in a couple of VTuber streams, so you've probably heard it there. I know Silent Humanity uses this now and then. And I think I've heard Hana from Puchisanji ID use this one as well, so that could be where you heard it from. Celebration stream on 10k subs. I don't know if I'm gonna reach 10k on this on this channel. What am I now, like 8,000 something? I'm only putting out videos like, you know, once a month, so I probably won't reach 10k. I do have something I want to show off next month, though probably on Valentine's Day. I'm trying to stream once a month, so I'll probably stream next month. Well, I have to stream next month, though, so... This particular artist for this BGM does make a lot of tracks that get used by VTubers. They're really good. You should check them out. I'll link their channel. Like, it makes for really good working BGM too. Check them out. Sometimes I just leave their music open when I'm doing work. You'll probably open the tracks and be like, oh my god, I hear this all the time. I should put the Chinese New Year remix in the background. Only if we hit like 1,000 on GME, then I might consider. Always reminds me of my Izumi. Yo, I guess this makes me a first time into stream. Hi, and welcome. Stick around if you want, but not too much is happening. In this stream, while I attempt to work on these subs, okay, let's actually start translating. What was I doing before? Don't even... Have you ever thought about Shorthair Skoya? I'm sure there's fan art of that floating around. I just don't remember the last one I saw. How long did it take you to learn Japanese? Well, I guess from when I started until now. How many years has it been? It's probably been a good like decade, I would say. I don't have much to show for like a decade of like learning, I guess. VTubers, subbing a hobby of yours? You should totally check out my channel and see what's on it. どうやって日本語を学んだの? Well, I started with class. So back in school, they offered Japanese as a second language, because everyone essentially had to take a second language, and like my school had, you know, Japanese, German, French, Greek, Italian. I think that was it. I picked Japanese because kind of like a lot of other people also pick Japanese. So, funnily enough, back then I wasn't even like super into anime or anything like that. Like I had seen a bit of anime, but I was just like, this seems easy, so I'll do it. And I've kind of stuck with it since. Like a lot of my friends also did it in high school, but after that, you know, after we graduated high school, they haven't touched it, so a lot of them don't speak it anymore. But I stuck with it, so. Wow, BB tanked. It's at like 14 right now. That's crazy. Oh, Curtis, bro, stop rubbing it in. Don't worry about it. Think about all the people that have calls for 25 tomorrow. Time. That's it. Yeah. Watching VTuber and learning Japanese, well, a lot of it's about exposure, right? The more you expose yourself to language, especially while you're kind of actively learning as well by reading and actually trying to learn, probably the best. And I guess that's why I kind of kept my own Japanese up to speed or up to scratch as well when I left high school, because I never really stopped being involved in, I guess, consuming Japanese media, so it was easy for me to kind of keep up with it and then, I guess, enhance it with self-study. Is it stressful to be a day trader? Yes, it is definitely not for everyone. Hello. GME is going down now very quickly. That's not unexpected. I think a lot of things are going down now very quickly. But that's fine. It is what it is. Hey Jay, I want to start getting subbing because I recently saw a Lewis Cammy clip that I thought people should really see. Any advice on how to TL without adding personal flavor or embellishment? I kind of started off with the opposite problem, where everything I did was a bit too dry. So I think it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of personal flavor. As long as it makes sense, and it can't be something that's like, this is something I think about a lot as well, is that when I translate, for example, I'm translating it in a way that makes sense in my head and how it sounds when it gets translated kind of within my mind, but that's not how it would sound for someone else. But the thing is, you can't avoid that when you have a human translating, because it's different for everyone. So I think it's nearly impossible to kind of, well, it's not impossible, but you know, it's very difficult to translate dialogue without having, I guess, flavor added to it, if that makes sense, even if you don't intend on it. Just because like how you interpret something depends on your own life experience as well, and kind of your own understanding of the language, and like your EQ essentially, and your own interpretation of the conversation and what they're trying to say and how they're saying it, which is different for a lot, you know, from person to person. Your personally shows in your translations, kind of. Yeah, exactly. Like for me, my translations were always kind of very dry and literal. Like they're very... That's why sometimes they can come out a bit awkward in English, because sometimes I translate without thinking about localizing, if that makes sense. Like I'll translate it quite literally and it comes out a bit clumsy, which as a translation is probably okay, but as a localization actually sucks. And I get kind of pulled up on this one a lot in Puchisanji, where I'll translate something and like the editor or like the staff will actually rewrite it to make it sound better in English. Like the original translation wasn't wrong, it just kind of sounds a bit strange when you put it together. So I personally wouldn't worry too much about your, I guess, style or your flavor showing through in your translations, but as long as the translation's right and as long as your interpretation is correct, well, you know, as long as you get the correct meaning across or the correct intent across is probably the most important thing. How do you handle translating stuff if they're talking fast both at once? It depends. Like, there's no trick to it. You just hear it or you don't. And sometimes you have to play the same thing over and over and over until it kind of clicks in your head and you go, oh my god, so that's what they were saying. And sometimes you just will never get it. Like, especially if there's multiple people talking over each other at once. And the more you listen, the more confused you get because it just sounds like a bunch of noise. It is what, you know, which is what it is, but... And then you ask like one other person to listen to it and then they get it straight away. So sometimes that's just how it is. A lot of it has to do with experience as well, and I guess how much you've actually conversed in the language, because a lot of times like you'll understand what they're saying even though that's not actually what they said, if that makes sense. Like a lot of times in dialogue as well, not even just in Japanese but in English and whatnot, if you actually listen to what people say sometimes, like they don't actually say the words, they just kind of mumble sounds that resemble the words. And if you don't speak the language as a native, there's no way you get it, because you'd be trying to piece together stuff that doesn't actually make anything, if that makes sense. And you just you just either assume from kind of context and kind of piecing together the other pieces around it to be like, okay, this is what was missing, so this is most likely what they said. Or you just know because you're experienced and you're like, oh yeah, this is probably what they were trying to say. And this doesn't only just go for Japanese, it happens a lot in English too. Native English speakers' English is cursed. Yeah, definitely. TL notes is actually nice by me. TL notes, like, I don't have anything against TL notes, I use them quite often, but there are people who are quite vehemently opposed to having TL notes at all. I can understand why, and I think it depends on the publication, or it depends on what kind of work is involved. Well, what kind of work is being translated, I should say. For fan channels and stuff like that, where you're just kind of making stuff as a fan, I think it's perfectly acceptable. Because, well, no one's holding you against any sort of standards, and you're not holding yourself against any sort of like client standards. So you can essentially do what the hell you want. But I think if it was like an official publication, where it's being sold as a product, like a manga localization or, you know, official subs or something like that, then I think if you can localize it without using a TL note, that would be best. Because for a lot of, I guess, official content, what comes first is the fact that they're trying to reach as wide of an audience as possible, and sometimes that audience, or like a large portion of that audience, is going to be people who don't care. They don't care about the TL note, they don't care about actually learning the language or understanding the literal translation or like, you know, the actual meaning, but they just want to enjoy the content for its entertainment value. So, and that's, I guess, what official needs to cater to. Oh yeah. Yeah. TL notes help me when there's words that, yeah, like, I think for fan stuff it's fine. Like, they will teach you a lot in TL notes. But the thing is, when you're dealing with official publications and stuff like that, like, they're not in... I guess it sounds a bit harsh to put it this way, but it's like your translations are not a place for you to be teaching Japanese culture through their... Then it's... And the client probably isn't paying you to do that as well. Like, they just want something that's localized, easy for people to consume. Like, they're not particularly interested in you writing like a paragraph in the side of the page saying, hey, this is actually what they mean, or like, here's a cultural reference. But I don't know, it depends on the client. But if you're doing it for like, as a fan, as free content that you're giving out, then you can do what the hell you want. So, sorry Jay, can you turn down your BGM slightly? Sure. Turn it down just a bit. You stream so late, Jay. This is when I tend to do my work. So that's kind of my opinion on TL notes. Like, I'll use them still. It's just, like if I'm doing Puchisanji, for example, like I'll definitely try and avoid using them. I just got here what you're working on. I'm working on my, for the moment, final Puchisanji video. I can't say which one it is exactly because it's not released yet, but that's what I'm doing. Translating puns without TL notes, yeah, that's difficult. Puns, and when they talk about, well, when people that you're translating talk about stuff that doesn't exist in English, for example, like when they talk about first person pronouns, like boku, watashi, and like ore and stuff like that, like it doesn't exist in English. You can't easily localize that. So that's probably one of the most challenging. That and puns are probably the two most challenging things that you'll come across in translating. How do you even start making clips? It's pretty simple. You just download the stream, you clip out the part that you want, and then you attach subtitles to it. let's actually keep working now. Man, the market is on fire. I like how I just said I was gonna start working and then like the first thing I do is I open charts. We all know what real work is. Hi Jay, how's your day? Anything interesting happened recently? I think the most interesting thing happening in the world right now is probably what's happening in the stock market. So that's probably the most interesting thing that's been happening recently. It's also what's been keeping me super busy at night, because the equities market opens at like 12:30 AM here. The US one, that is. Got any favorite artists on Twitter, Jay? Quite a few, actually. The first one that comes to mind is probably Kurosaki-san, who draws a lot of these fan art. Their art style is really distinct, and every time I see it, I'm just like, I have to like this. But the same goes for a lot of different fan artists as well. I just can't remember their names at the moment. Kurosaki-san is probably the easiest to remember because their name's so easy to remember, but there are a couple of others that I can remember their fan art, but I can't remember their names. Playing the stock market is to pay off a VTuber model. The problem with a VTuber model isn't money at the moment, it's finding like someone who's actually got commissions open, because like with the state of the current market of, you know, live 2D artists and riggers and whatnot, anyone that opens commissions gets filled within like 2 hours, because everyone wants a model, everyone needs a rigger, you know, everyone wants to be a VTuber. So 6-month waiting times, that's it. And it's like you don't just get an artist to start working on it straight away, because chances are you'll be joining like a 3-month waitlist. So at the moment I'm like, is it even worth it right now? Probably not. Like, don't get me wrong, I still want like a model of some sort. It's just that it's hard to justify joining like a waitlist at the moment. Like, if there was an artist that was like, you know, X amount of money, I'll do it right now, and you'll have it within like, you know, X number of weeks, and they were quality and had a portfolio that could back that up, like, I would do it. It's just someone like that's impossible to find at the moment, because everyone that has a track record has like a waiting list of 6 months. Insert name VTuber debut TBA. Oh my god, don't even get me started. So, but I mean, at least artists are getting paid, right? And a lot as well, which is not a bad thing. The market is what it is. Free market at work. Capitalism at work. Nah, go off. Nah, man. It seems now the EN indie VTuber scene is just filled with tweets and never stream. You're right. Retweet to unlock my model. Please donate so I can pay for my live 2D. So that's... I won't speak too much about the EN VTuber scene, otherwise I'll get cancelled. So that's why I kind of like from the start as well, I never really wanted to call myself a VTuber, even though like I stream using a PNG avatar now and then just for fun. But now people are calling that like a PNG tuber, so I'm like, oh shit. Now people are gonna call me a PNG tuber, even though like I don't want to be called a tuber of any sort. It's like everyone's trying to attach the VTuber label to themselves to cash in on the trend. And yeah, I didn't want to be part of that. JPG tuber, JTuber. So yeah, like I used the PNG way back before the term PNG tuber existed. When I first saw PNG tuber, I was like, shit, that's me. Hey, BB bounced from 14. Now it's 16 again. This setup kind of reminds me of Nico Nico livestream. Yeah, that's it. That's kind of what I like a bit more as well. Like, just having like an illustration and like an avatar, but not actually, you know, live 2D model or anything like that. It's kind of between a podcast and like a VTuber stream. But it's not really a podcast because like I don't have a plan or anything like that. I'm literally just streaming while I attempt to do work. How long have we been going for? It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Holy crap. I've done like no work. So second channel when? I think mid next month. Let's say around like Valentine's Day. Your avatar just needs a few blinking frames. I thought about that. I should probably do that. How many percent did you do? Like 25%? Collab when? That's a good question. I don't really have people to collab with because I have no friends. Nah. I don't know, to be honest. It would be kind of cool to collab with someone, but I don't really play games. So translator Uno collab, that would be kind of interesting. But like, how many translators actually stream? Collab with Kaname question. Yeah, when she decides to stream. Someone will collab with you one day. Probably. We'll see. How did you come up with your channel name? I think my channel name is just my name, essentially. So, what I need to do is come up with like a name for the second channel, which I still haven't thought about yet. Oh. Translation collab, that would be chaos. It is quite clear that I'm not going to do any work or any further work on this sub video tonight. I finished timing, I just need to like actually focus on writing the lines, and I'm not focusing right now, so I'm gonna stop trying. What time is it? I'll end the stream at, let's say 2:15, so we've got 5 more minutes. Wow, it's 2 o'clock already. Damn, it's crazy. Your channel name is impossible, I know. Other people have pointed it out to me as well. They're like, I can't even search your channel. I was like, you're right. They were like, if I want to find your channel, I have to search Sambaka. It's like, true. I don't know if I should leave the archive for the stream, because it wasn't... I didn't really do anything of value here. Oh, you can find my channel through my Twitter handle, that's cool. Do you prefer some Japanese name or something else? No, not really. Jay is fine. A lot of people call me Jay-san, which is good. I mean, that's fine as well. I'm sure some people listen for your voice. You think so? Speaking of my voice, I was thinking about that ASMR mic for a while. I didn't end up pulling the trigger because I was like, I don't know. I mean, a lot of you guys who have my stream open right now are like friends and stuff like that. It would be pretty weird, I think. Imagine listening to your friend like, you know, whisper into the microphone and stuff like that. Would I listen to my friend like whisper into the microphone? Hell no. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. No thoughts, head empty, just bye. Yes. What about singing? I do have an idea for that. It's gonna take some time to materialize because I need to practice, I need to record, I need to like do all of the background stuff. Like, you know, find an artist, animator and stuff like that. But I do want to get one cover video out this year, so I'll work hard for that. I want Jay-chan over here whisper sweet nothings in my ear while I sleep. So, cover video. Yes, I'm gonna try. One video is my goal for this year, just one. Which Puchisanji VTuber is hard to translate? Probably anyone with a really strong accent or like a really unconventional way of speaking. I can imagine Guerilla would be pretty tricky to translate. I've never tried myself, but can't think of anyone else at the moment. But I'm sure there are quite a few who are difficult to translate. I just haven't tried. Jay, what are your thoughts on Gilzaren? It's pretty funny. I mean, he's around. He's always around. He just doesn't stream that often. But at least he's around. Like, I mean, there are some that are just never around and are still on the roster, so... Every time I see him in comments, everyone's like, Gilzaren, 配信しろ, which is pretty entertaining in itself. Memori Sayo. I think she's pretty cool. I haven't watched her streams myself, but she seems like she makes pretty cool content. Definitely one of the more kind of eccentric ones, which is good. How hard was it to translate the Angie fanfic vid? That was actually probably one of the easier ones to do, just because the majority of, like, the bulk of the work was in translating the pages. And written text, well, because it's written down, like, you can kind of quite easily take your time into it. And there's a lot of time that's consumed when you try and translate listening stuff or like spoken dialogue. Sometimes you get stuck on things where you're listening but you can't quite make out the words. And that, for example, like 1 or 2 lines could end up taking you hours, where you're just listening, trying to figure it out, but you can't figure it out. Or like, there are some things that are said, but you just can't find a good way to kind of translate them into English. So, with translating the pages and like what was written on as text, there were none of those issues. So I actually found that to be quite easy. It probably took me, the time it took for me to do that video, the Anju fanfic video versus like the Sanbaka Mario video, was probably only like a quarter. Like, I would say it took me 4 times as long to do the Sanbaka Mario video than the Tomoe-san and Anji fanfic video. And like, one got like 3,000 views, the other got like 20,000, so it is what it is. Anyway, did I say that we're gonna finish at like 2:15? Because it's like 2:18 right now. Okay. Distractions. Okay, let's say 2:20 then. 2 minutes. All right. Any last minute comments before I hop off for tonight? Is there any Nijisanji VTuber that hasn't debuted yet? Yeah, there is. Nijisanji EN. Coming soon, TM. So, I'm sure that will be very interesting when it happens in a couple of months. A lot of eyes will be on that initiative. Will you be in? No, definitely not. Have you heard of a small VTuber called Hayatikaze? No, I haven't. To be honest, like in the past week and a half, I haven't really been watching a lot of VTubers. I've been listening to a lot of ASMR because I've had to do a lot of work, but that's about it. Jay will be translating Niji in English to Japanese soon. Nah, I'm sure there'll be enough Japanese people to do that. We'll see. It depends if they're interesting enough, right? Hopefully they will be. consider trying to apply. Well, I mean, applications closed like a long time ago, so I did consider briefly, but I decided against it. Okay, it's 2:20, which means I'm gonna jump off. Thanks everyone for coming tonight and sticking around even though there wasn't really much to the stream. I was gonna do this on the weekend too, but I don't know if I should do another stream on the weekend now that I found this. Yeah. Should I stream again on the weekend? I don't know, we'll see. I like these like late night streams because they're pretty chill and I just sit here and talk. See you in February. We'll see. You know the answer to that. We'll see. Well, we might see each other again in 2 days, Saturday night or something like that, Sunday night. I don't have work on Monday, so maybe we can do Sunday night. We'll see. Okay. Good night, everyone. I'll see you again maybe in a couple days.